Hello everybody all over the world. Hello and welcome to another kind of episode. Today we will look at the mirror matchup Sniper versus Sniper exclusively and what you can do in order to improve and little tricks and tips that will help you not get absolutely slaughtered by other snipers. There is nothing else we're going to talk about. If there's like just isolated Sniper versus Sniper is what we're going to look at. So, what's the most important thing about Sniper? Most people will say and generally agree that it's aim, but it's not. It's actually prediction. Prediction of enemy movement.
Predictable!
Aim is simply the ability you have to place your crosshair to where you think the enemy is going to be, because as I will show in the next exercise, tracing a player's movement 100% is impossible. It is no way you can do that, and let me show you why. Alright, get ready.
Get ready!
I want you to take your left or right hand, whatever finger you're most comfortable with, point it at the sniper on the screen and have your finger a small distance away from your monitor, maybe 1 or 2 fingertips length away from the sniper that's currently on the screen that's not moving. And when now he will start moving, trace him the best you can. So here we go. So from this we can conclude that tracing a player's movement is not humanly possible. You can trace some, but not 100% accurate. Players do not move this way in Team Fortress 2. Their movement has drop-offs when they switch directions and stuff like that. It's not instant like it is here in this example. This is just a bot, but this is just to illustrate the example of how hard it is to trace a moving target. Now this training map is a lot easier. This is TR_walkway. And right now I just set the bots to run at default, which is at a stable speed, straightforward. Very pattern. It's not tricky at all, and it's a good way to measure if you have your sensitivity correct, for instance, if you're able to trace targets. Tracing targets is important, however, we established earlier that it's impossible to trace 100%, but if the enemies are moving in a straight line, you can do so more or less. I will not mention twitching, as twitching isn't really as reliable as tracing, because you should pull the trigger when the crosshair is on the opponent's head. That calls for the most reliable shots. Of course you will miss, but sometimes like that you can just hold your crosshair still and wait for the opponents to walk into it. And here we have the example of the twitching back and forth. It's just strafing from the bot. It has no fall off, and you can see it's pretty hard to trace, but hey, we are still able to get the shots done and do some damage. However, this is really hard, and this is not proper practice because no players has such drastic change of movement. The velocity is just 100% constantly. In normal Team Fortress 2, it has a drop-off like I mentioned earlier. So now we're actually getting into the part where we are doing the actual Sniper versus Sniper. This is just some snipers on some MG server. I don't know who they are, but they're doing the jumpy thing, and it looks fucking retarded because some snipers have this great idea that jumping after you shoot and canceling out the scope is the greatest fucking idea ever. And they do it constantly, and they think they're harder to hit or some shit like that. And we will go into that and explain why this is not the case. And you look at this, when they jump, they jitter, and it looks fucking retarded when they do it for a while. Like, they will shoot, jump, and jitter, and nobody would die. They'd both keep missing, and if you miss your target, you might as well not shoot. So I've gotten a little assistance on this episode, and it's from my teammate, Snow, who's a pretty good sniper, and this is what it looks like when you are the one shooting and jumping. You get out of scope fairly quickly. You can see the consistency of which he is killing me is fairly low. I mean, he does kill me, yes, that does happen, but he doesn't always know by how much he missed me. Was it a close shot? Was it... Sometimes you miss and you still get a headshot because the hit detection can be weird sometimes. So let's examine in slow motion, right? Where he misses, and this is why jumping is bad. And did you see how much he missed me by? Not really at slow motion, but if we stop it completely, you will be able to see. So he overshot me, just slightly. And as he shoots, he jumps and cancels out of the scope, and he will never know this. Not as clearly, if it's just a little bit overshooting or if it's a lot undershooting or whatever. Usually overshooting a lot, if you mostly overshoot your targets, it means you have a too high of a sensitivity. Or if you undershoot your targets way too much, you have a too low sensitivity. So finding the right sensitivity for you is crucial. So you should find how you can trace most targets pretty easily is probably the best sensitivity. There isn't really a way for me to tell you how to get better aim. You just have to practice and do your own thing. So what we're gonna look at now is strafing. Right now you see I died a lot of times, and that is because my strafes have been really predictable. Because I run at long intervals, making tracing easier, and that's when you die. So let's switch it up. Oh, he missed. Yes, that's because I'm strafing unpredictably, and that's the second shot he's missed, and I'm not really doing anything. I'm just pressing A and D. I'm doing the AD shuffle. And he's fired quite some shots now, and now I'm gonna do the stop, where I don't strafe constantly, and that gets me killed sometimes. It can work in rare occasion, but unpredictably constant movement strafe is the best alternative. But sometimes having that little stop can really throw players' aim off, especially if they're a high sensitivity player. So this is what it looks like when somebody is doing long predictable strafes. We're trying to strafe and see, trying to aim. He's strafing. Oh, we missed. All right, that does happen, but let's try again. Yes, we got him. All right. So now I'm telling Snow to strafe unpredictably, and you see suddenly it's a lot harder. Not as hard as the bot, but significantly harder. And you can see just by strafing, you don't have to jump, because jumping gives you an arc. And we will get back to that in a bit, but having an arc is bad, not having an arc is good. And now he's doing the stop things as well, and you can see he can really put you off sometimes, but you do get killed. Which happens. You can get killed by strafing unpredictably too. It does happen. It's not like 100% guarantee you won't ever get shot. So let's get into actual dueling, where we're starting to shoot back. So I'll just assume that this is me playing, and don't have that much experience, but I'm good at aiming. It's like, yeah, I got him. Oh, well, he got me. Well, that happens. Let's see if I can get him. Yeah, I got him. I got him once again. Let's see. Oh, well, he got me. That's fine. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, he got me again. Well, oh shit. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but see. Oh, yes, I got him. Alright, that was probably just lucky shots from him. Alright, missed. We both missed. Let's see. Oh, he did the crouch jump jitter thing. Still killed him. Nice work there. And shoot him in the head. Yes, taking him out. And yeah, there we go. Taking him out, no problem. And yes, once again, I'm doing everything correctly, you think. But oh, here you see he is stopping. I told Snow to do something different now, and watch me get slaughtered. I'm doing the same. I'm like trying to shoot him, but I die. I'm like, alright, try and shoot. And I die, and I'm gonna try and shoot him. I'll just try it, and I fucking die. And I fucking die. And I fucking die. I just keep dying constantly. And here's what happened. I'm getting second scoped. Second scoping is when you scope in on a sniper that's already scoped. So here, in the last couple of, that's what I just got absolutely slaughtered. I scoped first. Snow just strafed and then scoped and killed me. So this is what second scoping looks like. You wait for the sniper to scope. Ah, he scoped. I will scope, adjust the aim, put it on the head, and shoot. That is how you second scope. You wait for him to scope first. So let's look at this in real time. He scoped, we scope, kill him. Keep in mind to strafe. Strafing is key to doing this. So there he scopes first, strafes. Ah, we missed. Missing happens. It is not a guarantee. But there we go. It is usually the better choice. So, wait for the other to scope, strafe a little, scope, and then shoot him. Second scoping, it's good, and I highly recommend you do that. Alright, so next thing we're going to look at is fake scoping. Fake scoping is when you scope, unscope, strafe, scope again, and then you kill your target. So we're going to take a look at how that looks when somebody is doing that to you, because it's really good. So you scope, and you try to shoot him, and unscope, and he shoots. Alright, cool. So you scope, unscope, shoot, he misses, that's fine, that happens. As he scope, he unscopes, shoots, and kills us. Because that's what happened, because he's strafing. So here it is, the fake scoping. Sometimes we kill them before they even do that. And we get killed as well, that happens. So he scopes, unscopes, and misses, that happens. And he scopes, unscopes, rescopes, and kills us. That's what happened. Sometimes he will get, we will get him as well, because there is some luck factor to this. Like, what if we just aim a certain place and he just happens to run into our crosshair and all we have to do is pull the trigger. That isn't very skillful, that is very lucky. So it's very dependent on your opponent's movement if you get the kill or not. Like you saw just there, I just moved my crosshair and he just walked into it and I killed him. So this is what it looks like when you are the one fake scoping. Like that, you scope, unscope, strafe, rescope, kill him. Sometimes if you miss your target and take too long and he just stays in scope like this, you die. So it's pretty much if you miss, you die is something you should be comfortable with. Knowing if you miss your shot, you are going to die. Just be at peace with that. So the next thing we're going to look at is these guys who do this. The cancel, jump, scope, jitter, press control in the air. Because at Valve, they figured out that this was, you know, a good idea to have this feature, this ability to do this, you know. So, you know, if you look at this, this reeks of good game design. Look at this jitter in the air. That's some farty match, farty pants there, right there. So then the question is, how do you deal with this? Because you can do this if you want. I mean, I have always had the analogy that I do to others as I want others to do to me, and I think this is fucking bullshit, and I don't want to impose bullshit upon others. So we're going to look at how do you deal with this. As you can see, it's pretty hard to shoot. He's not very consistent. Like, he doesn't kill me, but I don't kill him either. And then we might as well both not be shooting. As you can see, neither of us have died, and it's just taking fucking forever, and it's a circle jerk. And this is why sniper versus sniper is pretty fucking dumb, because you can do this. But you notice he fires blanks. Usually, like, when I miss, I do damage sometimes, but I also miss, so it's like, nothing. But see, I killed him! And then he kills me. It's like, whatever. It's pretty much luck at this point. There's like there's no strategy to this. You can see, like, I scoped first, he second scoped, still fired, and still missed. And then he killed me, and you can see this is really inconsistent. And an inconsistent sniper is not very dangerous. A consistent sniper is what people fear. And once you get the hang of, like, the jumping arc, like I did there 2 times in a row, it's not that hard, and you gotta feel pretty helpless. You make the other sniper feel so helpless if you kill him when it does the jump jitter thing. And there is an arc, and you can learn it. It's really difficult, but you can master it, but it requires a lot of practice on your part. So, I've given these snipers the term ADHD, Attention Deficit Disorder Sniper, when they do the jitter, up and down jump, press control in the air because they hate people. But I'm going to show you how to deal with this, and it's pretty simple, and they get really mad. So we use the basics, just strafing, and no scope body shot. Oh, it does 50 damage. Take 3 shots to kill a sniper without heal. We missed a shot, but we killed him. And he is not very consistent with his shots. Okay, so we can stop, take our time. Because he's in the air. He has a fucking arc. He's really easy to shoot. But, oh, he got us. He got us 2 times in a row. Oh, does that mean he's good? No, because he's really inconsistent. And this is another thing. Try to be more consistent than your opponent sniper. This also puts pressure on him and forces him to shoot even faster, which causes him to miss even more, which is even more in your favor. So kind of like the spiral where you just continue to win. So this results in he dies and you win. So if neither sniper is willing to scope first, and instead of just waiting for the other guy to scope, you can do a no-scope body shot. And then eventually at the highest tier, when nobody is scoping, because scoping makes you take a risk, you end up doing this. Both snipers strafing back and forth and trying to no-scope body shot each other, because both will maintain speed and do that, and it looks ridiculous. And that's why sniper versus sniper is not really an interesting matchup, because this is what it boils down to. Sniper is all about getting the headshots, but sniper versus sniper ultimately, like in an arena like this, boils down to who is better at no-scope body shotting, because if you scope, you die. And even if you jump and do the crouch thing, you still die. I mean, you avoid your enemy, yes, but you don't kill him. He kills you, eventually. So there you go. Now, an alternative to jumping and canceling out of the scope and not ever learning what you're doing wrong is to crouch, because you still maintain your scope, and you can see it by how much you missed if you're over or undershooting, and you still avoid your target. Keep in mind, doing this too much with the same people will leave you predictable, and if you're predictable, you're easier to shoot. But you can always vary it up. You can jump and crouch and stuff like that, but it doesn't really mean that much, actually. So yeah, ducking, crouching works pretty good. You're still gonna die though. it's not a guarantee. Kill him before he kills you, basically, using the things we've specified before. And you can see even when you crouch, you can even crouch before you shoot or after you shoot. But keep in mind your model doesn't change before you're sitting. That's when they see you sit, when you are on the ground, not when you're moving down. It's one thing to keep in mind, as opposed to when you're in the air where it's like fucking instant for some reason. So now we're gonna watch me versus Snow. And here we have Snow doing a little crouch jump jitter. Oh, headshot, yeah. That feels pretty good because that is really hard to pull off. You gotta follow the arc and everything. So this is a proper duel. Neither of us is holding back, and we're trying to kill the other as quickly as possible. Of course, we're not doing it super safe. We do the scoping just to keep it from being true sniper, running no scope, body shotting each other constantly. So we are now going to look at the Snow cam, and the guy in the red is me. You can see he's doing the jump thing, but he's pretty close, but he doesn't always know how much he misses. But he doesn't jump all the time. He jumps most of the time, but not always. And now we have both snipers are low. We know if either of us scopes, we will fucking die. And that results in no-scope body shot duels, which looks pretty retarded. And Snow came out on top of that duel and is currently in the lead. And now he shot me, but he won't know how much he hit me by because he did the change thing. And now it's my turn again. Oh, crouch jump jitter, get the headshot. Once you know the arc, it's easier to pull it off. You can also shoot them like I did there, right as they land. Because they will always have this arc whenever they do this. And that's why crouching is better, because you control your arc when you want to stand up. Again, that's completely up to you, so you're a bit in more control. Doing that more, though, is, you know, makes you more predictable. But you shoot to kill, you don't shoot to shoot. And now we're over at my perspective here as my rifle shows up. You see, I don't always hit him when he does that, but then you can just do, you know, if you body shot him once, you're 2 body shots away from killing him. So if you want to play really safe like I'm doing now, just go for the body shots, not even bother. Sometimes you even miss those, and then you hit, and then you die. And you will notice if you do this to other snipers on MGE that play Scout a lot, they will get really mad at you and maybe rage quit. I've had that happen quite a few times. They do the jump jitter thing and they still die. The jump jitter thing is lame, yes, and no-scope body shotting is lame as well, yes, but no-scope body shotting kills you. Jump jitter does not. So that's the whole thing. You, as a sniper, it goes for anything. Your aim is to kill your target, not avoid your target. If you avoid your target a lot, you might as well play spy. You know. So some evasion is good, but mainly shoot to kill, and then win the metagame. Because once you start winning, you will continue to win. And high ground advantage is good, as we can see here. So that is a sniper versus sniper duel. It's a massive circle jerk. I haven't talked about anything else besides sniper versus sniper. Any other interaction, like if he has overheal or if he has a guy in front of him or anything, would be completely different. Because this is completely isolated sniper versus sniper. All of your team is dead, all of his team is dead, and it's only you two that's left, and you have to battle it out, and this will kind of give you a couple of pointers how to do this. So hopefully this has been useful to you, as our duel here is about to finish up. I'm gonna be the victor because I killed him 20 times and he killed me 15. Woohoo. And some final tips for you young aspiring snipers out there. Take your time. Do not rush your shots. Take the time you need to make sure you kill your target. A sniper who kills 5 targets in 5 shots is a lot more dangerous than a sniper that kills 7 people in 10 shots. Shoot to kill. Don't shoot to anything else. Only use necessary force. By that I mean if you know a guy only has 50 health or less, there is no point risking going for a headshot if you're more comfortable going with a body shot. So you will kill the right people at the right time using the necessary force that will get you the right kills. Because it isn't always about the amount of kills, but the right kills. And the last point, of course, is to have fun. You know, with circle jerk, piece of